first time we laid eyes upon the House of Marley no-bound speaker was way back at IFA 2018. Now the reason that it stood out from amongst the crowd is the fact that everything here that you can see is pretty much made from recycled material. Now the speaker itself is made from their rewind fabric on top. It's got this rubberized kind of finish around the side, which is again recycled, and then on the bottom it's got regrind cork. Regrind, not rewind, so you've got rewind fabric, regrind cork on the bottom. The actual box itself is also made fully from recycled materials, which I just think is absolutely wonderful, and it's definitely a company that is really heavily invested in kind of protecting their environment and the way that they actually manufacture the goods that they sell. Now the packaging itself is rather plain. It does look quite nice, even though it is rather plain. I have already unboxed it because you don't really get much in the box to really show off. But the speaker sits inside the box, so you can see it from this flap. There's a clear plastic window in there. You can see stuff rattling around in there as well, which is just a USB cable, which is covered again in their rewind fabric, braided, should I say, so you can charge the actual speaker, and that's all you get in the box. You do get a carabiner clip as well, if you want to clip the speaker to a particular surface or your belt, or if you're on a bike, for example, or the top of your tent if you're camping, you have got that option there to do that. So one standout feature about the House of Marley no-bound speaker is the fact that it's IP67 rated, which means that it can withstand the elements like water, dust protection, and it's got this rubberized kind of housing to it, so if you do drop it, there is a little bit of bounce to that and a little bit of shock absorption on there. So it's very well protected, and certainly a speaker that you can take with you if you're going to the beach for the day, or if you're going for a camping holiday. You could take this with you and not really worry about it getting broken. So in terms of the actual aesthetics of the speaker, I think it looks absolutely wonderful, and House of Marley really do produce some really good looking products. Now it has this kind of cork finish all the way throughout, and I'm not sure if you can see it on camera that this isn't a solid blue piece of rubber. It looks dirty, and that's really the best way I can describe it. You know how you put something like a rubber pair of headphones, for example, you put them in the bottom of your bag, you're constantly using them. The rubber tips end up getting very dusty, very dirty very quickly. Well, this already looks like that. So, which I don't think is a bad thing, to be honest with you. I think it looks very smart. It looks kind of that surfer kind of, I don't know, surfer aesthetic, surfer fashion, beach bum, if we can call them that, like kind of like that beach bum surfer dude kind of fashion. So around the actual edge of the speaker, you've got your buttons, which you've got volume up and down, play and pause on one side, and then on the other side you've got a Bluetooth button to connect it up to your mobile phone. You've got a power button, and behind this door, which is sealed for that IP67 rating, you have got a micro USB charging port and a 3.5mm aux if you haven't got Bluetooth on the device you want to hook it up to. If you're not using Bluetooth, then it will save the battery life on here, which I believe you do get 10 hours. Through our testing, it got to about 10 hours, just under, which I think is pretty good. That's a medium volume. You can turn the volume to max to get a little bit more sound out of this, but you are sacrificing battery life for that. The most important thing about a speaker is how well music sounds through it. What I wanted to do is also give you some kind of sound test. Now, I know this is very much royalty-free, kind of like stock music that I'm playing through this. Of course, got to protect the advertising. And do not want to get copyright strikes for testing out the speaker. So I've picked a nice selection sort of from very much pop music, R&B, a bit of reggae in there as well, a bit of orchestral soundtrack, and some hip hop type beats that you can have a listen to. I will let you know that I recorded the sound using a Blue Yeti microphone, so it's not going to give you the best kind of idea of what this speaker sounds like, but it's better than nothing. So that's the best that I could have come up with the equipment that I've got here. But definitely wear your headphones, because that will give you the best kind of idea of what this speaker actually sounds like. although the bass is present, it does tend to really drop off, especially if you're listening to more bass-centric tracks. The bass can sound quite dead, and it makes the music sound quite dead. However, saying that, the midtones and the high tones are really, really clear, and there's a lot of clarity to the actual speaker. Now, the other downfall is the fact that the separation is very, very narrow as well. And I think that's more down to the fact that music is just coming from one area rather than kind of like a stereo sound from some bigger speakers or even hi-fi units. It would suit anyone wanting to go to, as I say, the beach for a bit of background music, for example, but it definitely isn't going to be the forefront of the party. If you do turn it up above a certain level, then you will get very much a distorted kind of sound from the actual speaker itself, because it can't handle that loud of volume. But apart from that, as a very, very quiet kind of background music speaker, it is certainly not the worst speaker that we've heard at Techno Over before. And at £50, I think you've got to be able to justify that kind of sound quality in the price. Sure, you can get speakers this side at £300 from some of the top audio manufacturers, but of course they're £300, they're not £50. A little £50 portable speaker that you can just chuck in your bag and not worry about breaking. The nice thing about the speaker as well is the fact that it does come in a number of different colours, which are all available on the House of Marley website. Again, I'll leave a link in the description below, so you can go and check that out for yourself. Thank you very much for checking out our video review of the House of Marley No Bounds portable speaker. If you enjoyed this review, then do click that like button. Please do subscribe to keep up with all of our latest tech and gaming videos, and also let us know in the comments below what you think of this speaker, whether it's something that you would go for to take on holiday with you, or whether you would rather invest into something a little bit more expensive, like JBL Charge 3, for example. I know they're a lot bigger than this, but they're a lot more expensive, but of course, you get what you paid for, whether you would invest in one of them or stick with one of these. Let us know in the comments below what you think. As I say, thank you very much for watching, and we will see you in the next video. The first time we laid eyes upon this wonderful looking speaker was back at IFA 28 speaker. Now, the first time we laid eyes on it was back at IFA 2018 over in So if we actually so if we analyse the kind of oh, one more thing, I do apologise. I am getting over very much a cold and chest infection. So if my voice sounded a little bit ropey throughout this, don't comment below. I know how I sound, and I just don't want you to point that out. So just ignore my voice. Listen to what I'm saying about the microphone, but don't comment on the voice. Thanks.